Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
We know how important your company is to the community.
Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Good evening and welcome to this episode of HTV's Louisiana and Beyond.
And this week we continue our look at the North Lafourche Conservation Levee and Drainage District, working to improve drainage and to enhance flood protection for 65,000 residents north of the Intracoastal.
And we will hear from Levee District Executive Director Dwayne Bourgeois and Board President Cory Kief.
And also joining us are Colonel Scotty Autin, Tony Alford, Gordy Dove, and Mitch Marmande.
And in our guest segment, we are joined by Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane from Sea Level Construction.
All tonight on Louisiana and Beyond.
Louisiana and Beyond is brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nichols State University, and Sea Level Construction.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
In a world where you can choose to be anything, who do you choose to be? At Nichols State University, with over 70 distinct degree programs, we believe our students can be anything. Be an artist, a chef, a journalist, an educator, a lifesaver. But no matter what you choose to be a colonel. Be more at Nichols State University.
Thanks again for joining us on Louisiana and Beyond.
And while Morganza to the Gulf is more associated with Terrebonne, soon after Colonel Scotty Autin was assigned to New Orleans, he received these encouraging words from North Lafourche Levee District's Dwayne Bourgeois.
And I'll give credit, someone said it way better than I did. And I think, he really encapsulated that feeling. So I had a text chain with Dwayne and Angela and others. And Dwayne, we were talking about Morganza to the Gulf. And this is what Dwayne wrote. He said, Dwayne, you're currently uniquely postured to help us deliver a message. You can speak specifically on our behalf as a community of survivors who contribute to the good of the nation and are taxing ourselves to protect our ability to do so. That is unique in this nation. And man, I was like, that floored me, right? Because that just gets to the heart of what it means to be from this community, what it means to protect what this community means, and the value of this community. And so this is the time. It's a time for us to unify our voices. It's a time for us to highlight the value of all of you in this room, the value of what you do, the value of your employees, the value of your product, the value of South Louisiana, and unifying that message all the way up. And as we work together at the federal and the state and the local level to deliver these vital projects. And so I opened this and I said this was a call of action. And I would offer to you that it's as much a call to action to me as it is to you, as it is to all of us. And that call of action is frankly just to deliver.
We just wanted to get this thing done. And it's still a work in progress. But we've come a long way. We have a fighting chance when the storms show up now, the hurricanes. And we're doing the same thing on the whole Louisiana coast now. We're spreading the money like we promised the governor. This governor is really behind what CPRA is doing now. And trying to put the work on the ground now instead of down the road, right? We've always heard down the road. So we're doing the same thing on a state level that we did here in Terrebonne and Lafourche.
And we have a complete levee system. And remember, we wasn't like Lafourche. Lafourche had to build a floodgate on Bayou Lafourche. We had to build 12 of them. And then we built the Grand Bayou floodgate, which is actually in Lafourche Parish, but we did it in conjunction with South Lafourche and North Lafourche. So they work well with us because from Port-au-Charles over to the east, as you know, is Lafourche Parish. And they've been hands-on, and North Lafourche and South Lafourche has done a wonderful job of building levees and floodgates.
So basically, you're connecting St. Mary, Terrebonne to St. Mary on one end and Lafourche on the other end. That alignment has changed some over time. It's been added to it over time since when I began. And we have about 25 floodgates and one lot complex in that. So pretty much every stream, canal, or bayou has a floodgate in it. And we have a lot of them. That's what makes Morganza unique, right? I mean, most systems, even our neighbors in Lafourche, there's a floodgate on the top and a floodgate on the bottom, right? I mean, that's pretty simple. Morganza is the opposite of that. I mean, we cross a lot of water features on the way for that connection. And so that's basically it. It's a system of levees and floodgates to provide protection to Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish. And people always thought it was just a Terrebonne issue, but it's not. I mean, it's really significant protection for North Lafourche, right? Not South Lafourche. South Lafourche has a system. But everything above the Intracoastal Canal is really protected by Morganza.
Cory Kief has appeared on our program in two different and equally important roles, including North Lafourche Levee District President.
And here he tells us the story of his third role, that as President of the Association of Levee Boards of Louisiana.
There was a president before me that was president of the Associations of Levee Boards, and he was from the Pontchartrain Levee District, and he had put in 7 years, and he had enough. And right about that time is when the federal government had a post-authorization change that moved the Morganza system into North Lafourche. So that was about 9 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, let's put it that way. It's probably longer than that. I think it was in 2014 that they did that. And I saw that there was a need to get attention for all of the coastal region. And so I simply asked to be elected, and I got elected. And so that's why I wanted to be there, because I felt that the people of our region along the coast needed a whole lot higher representation. And considering that I handle governmental affairs already for the company that I work for, I'm already in that pool. So I wanted to be effective. I wanted to do the best for our people in our region, and we did that. So we worked very closely with the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, and we've had several directors since then: Jerome Zarang, Chip Klein, Johnny Bradbury, Gordy Dove, and all of them are a little bit different, but all of them have been very open to working with us. And actually, the non-coastal zone levee districts really had no similar vehicle. But in the legislature this year, they formed a body to represent the non-coastal levee districts as well. So there's 28 flood districts in this state. And so the ones that are non-coastal now have a vehicle, and it's in its embryo stage, but they are developing a similar vehicle for those systems as well.
Dwayne Bourgeois will provide an update on current levee district projects later in the program.
And after the break, Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane from Sea Level Construction will join us. Stay with us right here on Louisiana and Beyond.
Sea Level Construction is a trusted heavy civil contractor delivering turnkey solutions to the Gulf South. From large-scale infrastructure and power distribution foundations to marine construction, driven piling, specialty foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, site development, heavy equipment maintenance, vessel repair, and inshore tugboat services. We also design and supply helical piles nationwide, delivering reliable foundation solutions. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundation for your next project.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
For more than 65 years, the Greater Lafourche Port Commission has been an important fixture in our community. From humble beginnings in 1960 to a modern-day cornerstone of global commerce, specializing in all things energy-related, we have worked alongside you, our neighbors and partners, to build a brighter and more prosperous tomorrow. Together, we have weathered storms, embraced innovation, and celebrated meaningful milestones. Here's to the past, present, and future of a thriving Lafourche and Louisiana.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
Thanks for joining us. In our guest segment this week, we're happy to welcome back Travis Schonacher and Justin Lane from Sea Level Construction in Thibodaux.
And Travis and Justin are here to provide us an update on Sea Level's current and future projects, and some in the recent past that they're most proud of.
Yeah, so we're doing work on a 60-mile long transmission line project in Southeast Louisiana. And I guess it kind of just gets back to my theme on, typically a project like that, you're looking at, so we're doing all of the fabrication for the piling, all the structural steel fabrication. Typically on those projects, all those materials are fabricated out of state and shipped in. We're doing all of that in Thibodaux at our fabrication facilities there and at our fabrication facility in the Homaburg area. And, just going back to that theme of it's just so important, for companies like us to advance and grow where we can take on those local projects. So we're out there doing all the piling installation, the clearing, the matting, and these are projects, with all the new data centers and all the new technology coming out. These power requirements are only increasing. So we're working at developing this local workforce and these local capabilities to take on these projects. Right here in Louisiana, this is going to be billions spent. So we just think it's very important to be able to advance in that arena.
There's two projects that stand out to me, for that reason. One, the Pointe-aux-Chenes floodgate project, which was really our first big marine project, and then secondly, the Falgo Canal project was a really, really big stepping stone for sea level. And I see the one in Falgo quite frequently, and I'm very proud of our team every time I go by there because again, it was a lot of local employees that constructed that, and a lot of the same guys that, it's a lot of the same management team that was there as actually the superintendent that was over that project, and myself were on the agency. So to see that, I'm very proud. My son, who's very interested in construction, was actually able to come out there on that site. Every time he sees it, he's very proud of it, and not just the larger projects. I mean, it's very difficult to drive anywhere around the Houma, Thibodaux, St. Mary, St. Charles Parish area without seeing something that Sea Level has built, in the last 25 years. And, it makes me proud to be a part of that. And
in our Thibodaux area, we have over 70,000 square feet of fabrication under roof. So we have a large fabrication operation there. We are expanding that. We're going to be building a new fab shop in Thibodaux. And then also in Homaburg, we have a large marine yard there. And, we've really been focusing hard on developing this yard to meet the demand for our larger structural fabrication services and for our marine construction services. So in the last couple of years, we've hard surfaced about 30 acres of property there. We built about 800 feet of bulkhead on the Houma Nav Canal. We've also, we're starting some new buildings there in Berg. And it's really going to be a hub for our larger structural fabrication, our marine work. We're already doing a lot of work out of that yard. And we're going to continue to expand that Homaburg yard. So we were just awarded a project as part of a team effort with another contractor to build 2 pump stations and a flood wall in Reserve, Louisiana, and also Laplace. It's the largest contract that the New Orleans Corps District has awarded since Hurricane Katrina. So we're ramping up, and we're starting the process of getting going on that project, and really looking forward to just advancing our growth, keeping our workforce here and our dedicated employees busy and steady.
As we have seen from this segment and others, Sea Level has developed a reputation as a leader in the heavy civil construction industry.
And since its founding in 1997, other than civil, marine, and industrial, another of those fields that they've expanded into is coastal restoration work, which is a major source of pride.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple instances that come to mind. Right after we finished the Falgo project wasn't even technically substantially complete yet, and I believe it was Hurricane Barry that went in St. Mary Parish. But on that side of Terrebonne, it put 6 or 7 foot of water on that structure, and the levees. We did some emergency work, in the days leading up to Barry to finish a couple sections of those levees and at least get them up to a 7 or 8. And like I said, Barry put 6 foot of water on that structure. Some of those levees were within a foot of overtopping, and I believe after everything was over with, the levee district director at the time said we saved 35,000 structures, from being flooded in lower Dularge. So that definitely is something that I'll never forget. The big push that we made to finish that job and do the emergency work, on the levees leading up to that to get that done.
And we thank Travis, Justin, Richard, and Sea Level Construction for their support of this program.
And after the break, North Lafourche Levee District's Dwayne Bourgeois gives us an update on current Levee District projects. Thanks for tuning in, and stay with us for more right here on Louisiana and Beyond.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
Sea Level Construction is a trusted heavy civil contractor delivering turnkey solutions to the Gulf South. From large-scale infrastructure and power distribution foundations to marine construction, driven piling, specialty foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, site development, heavy equipment maintenance, vessel repair, and inshore tugboat services. We also design and supply helical piles nationwide, delivering reliable foundation solutions. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundation for your next project.
In this final segment, North Lafourche Levee Executive Director Dwayne Bourgeois provides an update on current projects.
And his comments come from his presentation at the CPRA board meeting held at the Nichols Coastal Center in mid-July.
Basically, our territory, the North Lafourche Levee District, is everything north of the Intracoastal in Lafourche Parish. Inside that, we've divided our areas into a bunch of project areas that are strictly under hydrologic barriers. And we're going to go through a few things in some of those projects today. There we go. We're going to talk about the St. James project area. We have, first one we're talking about is the Woodland Heights Levee and Drainage Improvement Project. It's a backwater flood protection project with interior drainage improvements. It's currently under construction by Lowland, with Leonard Chauvin being the engineer for that project. It's going to be completed in December of this year, and this one's being funded by the North Lafourche Levee District. Here's a few pictures of some of the construction on that. So it's right in the backyards of some neighborhoods, and it's a long overdue project. Also, we have the Lake Buff watershed, and in that, north corner of that is the Zella-LaRousse forced drainage area. So this is phase 3 of a backwater flood protection project. I think Chairman Dove mentioned that this was part of the gap in the system that allowed some of the overtopping during Hurricane Ida. Actually, water came in everywhere from that because it overtopped when the hurricane dumped Lake des Allemands into this whole basin. But we're increasing it to 5 feet. This project is mostly along along Kramer Bayou Road to 5 foot. The 2 previous phases were we got funding assistance from CPRA on. So this is currently under construction by Onshore Materials with Leonard Chauvin Inc. providing the engineering backup. This photo is actually old by a couple of days, and that's been blacktopped now already. This phase was funded by Louisiana DOTD and a statewide flood control grant with the North Lafourche Levee District providing some matching funds. So that's right there along Bayou Buff in Kramer, in an area that needed some improvements. That's Highway 307 over by there. So moving into the Gaines project area, we had the Jesse Dufresne pump station reservoir conveyance channels. So this was a joint project with the Lafourche Parish government where we modified the channel conveyance to the pump station, which was starving for water, was doing a lot of short cycling of the pump, and they modified the pump station accordingly. So this was recently completed with funding from the North Lafourche Levee District and Lafourche Parish government that we try to work very closely with. In the Valentine East area, we've got a lot of things going on because this is the extension of the Morganza to the Gulf project into our district, right? So at the bottom right of that photo, you've got the South Lafourche District, the gate that Chairman Dove, one of the 2 gates that Chairman Dove was mentioning in the GIWW East. And then you've got these individual reaches going north and ultimately connecting to the, I guess you'll call that a turquoise colored line. That's the Upper Barataria risk reduction system. So we got some word of language a while back that it was a sense of Congress for these 2 systems to connect. And that sort of duckbill shaped section there is the Gaines community. So we also have some work we're doing on Morganza to the Gulf Reach 2. In this case, it's a forced drainage area channel improvement. So the interior channel was very small and not set in the right place for where the levee is going to be coming through in the future. So we previously lifted the levee to 7 foot. The next phase of this by the Corps will be to a 9.5 foot if we don't get to it first. This construction is being completed by Sea Level Construction with engineering from GIS Engineering. It's going to be estimated to be completed in November of this year. And funding for this is via some surplus funds via CPRA and the North Lafourche Levee District funds. So this is some of the photos of that project. Also, we're actively working on Morganza to the Gulf tie-in Reach 3B. This is some interim levee improvements to about a 7.5 foot elevation. It's about 80% complete right now, with Onshore Materials doing the work and our engineers being Intracoastal consultants. That should be completed in October of this year. That funding is coming from GOMESA via CPRA along with the North Lafourche Levee District. And next project we'll talk about is Ludovine Levee improvements. And I know you see the big Ludovine pump station, a replacement pump station right there. It's something that's been completed a while back. CPRA helped us with the funding on that. But the levee improvement behind it right here is taking the project to about a 6.5 foot elevation. It's a maintenance lift. We did this back in 2021, and being a relatively new levee, it settled quite a bit. So that work is about 90% complete. Should be completed in August of this year. Onshore Materials is working on that under the direction of Pisciola and Associates on the engineering. This was a North Lafourche Levee District funded project.
And we thank Cory and Dwayne of the North Lafourche Conservation Levee and Drainage District.
And we thank our show sponsors, elected officials, and local coastal experts for their assistance And we thank you for watching HTB's Louisiana and Beyond. We'll see you next week.
Louisiana and Beyond has been brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nicholls State University, and Sea Level Construction.